quiet and open air, wakefulness somewhere. Then Jesus said, let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God? Then believe also in me. Because in my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. Now I go to prepare a place for you, and if I go and prepare a place for you, then I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there you may be also. Thomas, old doubting Thomas, posed the question, we don't know the way. How can we know where you're going? And the Lord simply said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. If you've known me, you've known my Father also. So from this point forward, you know him, and you've seen him. These words that I speak to you, I don't speak them on my own authority, but by the authority of Almighty God the Father who dwells in me. So, if you love me, keep my commandments. And I'll pray the Father, and he will give you another comforter, and he'll stay with you forever. No, I won't leave you comfortless. As a matter of fact, I'm coming back to get you. No wind, no wind, no rain, no rain. No Satan's hold can stop me, no. No. Be long now, and the world won't see me anymore, but you'll see me, and because I live, you'll live too. These things I say to you while I'm still here with you, but there is a comforter coming, which is the Holy Ghost, who the Father's going to send in my name. Oh, and he's going to teach you even more and keep reminding you of the things that I've taught you. Now I leave in peace, but the peace I give is not the kind of peace that this world gives. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid, because I am coming back.
It's early, isn't it? Are you there, Cindy?
I'm here. You talk about early. I'm I'm an hour earlier than you.
Golly.
Were we sleeping hard?
Ricky came in his pajamas this morning.
That's okay.
At least he's here.
Yeah, I made it.
Man, you said
How you doing, Cindy?
there's no Sleeping Beauty.
I'm great. How are you guys?
I'm doing wonderful.
I'm doing.
Good.
How about turning me down just a little bit?
Turn you down.
Yeah, yeah.
Which one is you?
I don't know. Hello, that one. That's good. Right there, yeah.
All right. How about you, Ricky? You good?
Yeah, I could come down a little bit too.
Good morning, Cindy Murphy. Good morning, Matthew Dooley.
Ricky, can you please knock off your noise there?
I try. I have no idea if people are going to be,
All right,
I had mine
why am
messed
I
up, too.
buffering here?
I don't know. Are you trying to hook to the internet?
That's my
I ain't
sister.
tried nothing. Let me look and see where I'm at. Oh,
We're trying to get
'cause
everybody
they got me,
on, so-
They got me on Calvary, not 2.4.
Oh, okay.
Let me change that real quick. There we go.
I don't even have I don't even have the show up on my Facebook page. Y'all got it?
I do. I
Let me
just
see what I'm doing wrong. We're hey, if y'all just tuning in, just bear with us. We're getting everybody invited up this morning for earliness.
We're trying to invite
Yes.
ourselves.
Hey, let me give you the weather report early in Lubbock because
Okay.
it's raining.
Really?
We're getting rain. This is $1 billion rain. If you live in an agricultural area like Lubbock, and the cotton is up, and where we are now, this rain is just worth billions.
Wow.
Well, let me give you the
Yes.
weather report at Virginia Beach.
Great.
There's not a cloud in the sky. It's bright and sunny and 60 degrees.
60?
No, it ain't. It was low of 60.
No, it was 60 this when I left the house.
Well, I know, but it's 72 now.
Oh, it's 66 right now, currently in Lubbock.
Is it raining hard?
The lightning or the thunder woke us up about 4 o'clock this morning. It's a pretty good thunderstorm,
Okay.
but it's just a nice rain right now.
Yeah.
But
well,
it should be raining most of the day.
well,
I can't get my feet on here.
y'all got to be happy as all
I
get
got
out
it.
down there.
I finally got it.
No, I just got jet black.
Okay. I'm on. Oh, Ed, I'm on.
I'm happy. I'm here. Ricky is here.
Well, I see where y'all joined, but I ain't getting no picture on here.
That happens sometimes when you're not getting a good internet signal, so you'll just have to suffer with it. Y'all ready to go live? Ready to do
Let's
it?
roll, baby boy.
Here we go.
Let's go.
Thanks for waking up with us.
Good morning. Good morning.
Get out of that bed, woman. Start rattling them pots and pans in there.
And get that coffee going. Oh, excuse me.
You got to.
Excuse me.
Yes, an angel. Good morning. What, Cindy?
It's 2017. I think you both get out of bed and go to work.
Yeah.
Cindy, you at home or at the office?
I'm home. My office is at home, so yes. To the I'll answer that yes to both of them.
Get them chickens fed.
Go up to that hog pen.
That dog ain't gonna feed himself. It's morning.
Good morning, everybody.
We need to make sure that when we have morning sunshine, the sun is up.
Yeah, because we got up, the sun was still asleep.
Y'all know me, I get up like that anyway.
You don't go to bed. You don't even sleep, Mark.
Let's carry this down to the ocean front Wednesday morning.
We could do it right out there on the ocean front.
Good morning,
If we get
everybody.
If we get enough internet signal.
Either that or you
Yeah.
sleep standing up
Good
like
morning.
an ostrich because you don't never go to. I've never known this guy to lay down and go sleep but once, and that was when we was in Nashville.
Oh, I got a picture here on my phone.
Oh,
I was driving the car.
I wish I could see that.
And as soon as he heard the click, he opened that one eye and said, "Don't take my picture while I'm asleep."
Oh, but he got me good.
I didn't want nobody to know I slept. Well, I'm happy to announce this morning I've started a cleansing program.
Oh, no. So I suggest
I did. I've started a cleansing.
He has drank the liquid Drano.
I'm telling you. I went to the GNC and I told the guy there, I said, I feel like I've eaten a sack of Quick Creek.
We need to call that Nick Baird know.
Yeah, we need to get Baird on the phone.
We have to get Baird on the phone.
So I got this package of pills and different teas and all this kind of stuff, some sort of concoction. I hope I come here and more skinny as Ricky.
He drank some lava. You drank some lava. That's what you did.
Yeah, I did. I'm telling you. I don't know what the results are going to be, but I'll be reporting on it tomorrow. I may even do some breaking news on it.
And this is not Emily Hoapili.
Ooh.
No, it's not her.
Well, what's new over the weekend? Let's make a couple of announcements first. All of y'all get your pencils and paper out. We have decided, as a team, as a group, as a network, that we are going to adjust this schedule to 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, and we're going to run Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Good.
We're open up Tuesday and Thursday for Pastor Bubba to do some things and for some other programming, and it feels it's just going to be better for us, I think, for the time being, so we can do some special programming. And we're coming to the time of year where Ricky and I and Frank will be doing some traveling and things like that with our music and with Smallest Gifts. We want to set up some events, so wherever you are, if you'd like to have us come and do a Smallest Gifts broadcast from your location, let us know, because we can work that out.
That's right.
Speaking of Pastor Bubba, Cindy Murphy, good morning.
Good morning.
I thought the pastor's supposed to be here this morning.
Oh.
Now, as I understand, the pastor thought he might have had some cracks in his eyelids, so he's checking for it.
That'll work. So, Cindy, what's the rest of your day going to be like?
Rain.
Good morning, Teresa Thompson.
Will you be able to get out of the house today? Cindy?
Oh, excuse me. Am I getting out of the house today?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I have to go run some errands. So
Hello there.
as soon as this program is over, I'll be going and running errands with my umbrella.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that
I ain't
sweet?
saying it
I know what
is.
I know what you're thinking.
It is.
I know what you're thinking.
Cindy's going out there in her umbrella and little galoshes and her little strawberry shortcake raincoat. Honest to goodness, I think Cindy is the real Mary Poppins. You see people that's like the real Santa Claus. I think Cindy is the real Mary Poppins.
What color's your umbrella?
Umbrella.
Well, my umbrella.
Umbrella.
You know, Mary Poppins
my
had the umbrella. She did.
It's black.
Umbrella had two ugly sisters. Umbrella.
Mine is black.
Black.
Okay.
I can't believe you've got a
Black.
black umbrella.
Oh, yes. Black. Those
Oh,
are-
no.
Did I ever tell y'all about the call-in show where the lady was calling in? It was called Swap Shop, and the people would call in and they'd say, like, I got a chainsaw for sale. It's a Black & Decker, it's a steel chainsaw. I've had about 4 years. I'll take $100 for it. So, so it was that kind of thing. This woman calls in, she says, I got a power saw to sell. And I said, is it electric? Is it I'm trying to get some information about it. What brand is it? She said, I don't know. I said, how big is the blade on it? She said, they ain't got no blade. It's just a power saw. She was talking about a parasol.
Oh,
I thought she was saying a power saw. She's saying a power saw. It's a power saw. Not a parasol.
Oh, boy.
That is funny.
I need to
Well-
write a book called Growing Up Hillbilly.
Yeah, you
Well-
should. I'm going to tell you.
Growing Up Hillbilly. You know, instead of growing up, what is it? What's
It is. Well,
Oh, my
the
God.
hillbilly language. Hey guys, the last time I visited, I remember a few years back, and I visited in northern Georgia, where my dad was from, and my cousins still live. And I'll never forget one of my cousins saying, "Cindy, I haven't been to Texas in a long, long time." And that's exactly how they speak. Mark can do it.
Oh, yeah.
You
I
can do
get that.
it.
I can do that
Country talk.
dialect.
Good morning,
Well-
Prince.
Huh?
I said, good morning, Prince.
I tried to call him this morning. but-
Michael's on.
He didn't answer?
No, he's ducking me. Michael's ducking me right
How
now.
many times you called?
What's
You
up,
should have
Mike?
blown the phone up.
No, I'm not going to do it. I tell you what, if State Farm or somebody
I
recruit
can't
that
hear
young
you.
man,
Maybe I need to go back up.
if State Farm or somebody would recruit that young man
State Farm.
to work
That's
for him
good.
for like
That's
calling
good.
and getting homeowners insurance expiration dates, that joker, he'd make 10,000 phone calls a week. And and just call them till they buy or die. Just call them until they just buy or die. It's over. Or just look, buddy, stop calling me.
I'll buy it just so you'll leave me alone.
Leave me
Yeah.
alone.
Don't care if my house burns down. Just don't call me no more.
Said he was asleep. He must have been off last night.
He must have been off last night, yeah. But anyway, it's good to have you here on Morning Sunshine.
Oh, wow.
Good to have you on Morning Dark.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
It's really early in Arizona. I guess in Arizona is it 2 hours
We have to-
behind you guys?
We'll have to call Kelly Lewis and ask her what time it is in
No,
California.
Or just 1 hour?
Hey, Kelly, what time is it out
Yeah,
there?
what time is it?
That'd be good.
That would be good. Hey, Kelly, what time is Hey, Kelly, I just listened to your CD. It's great.
She gets up early. Kelly does.
She may be
I'll
on
tell her to
here.
go back.
She may be
I
on
don't
here.
Yeah, 'cause
hear
she
you.
I saw
usually comes
I
on.
saw Connie Donahue coming in there. Hadn't talked to her in a minute.
Yeah, because Kelly usually comes on, so,
Yeah.
she'll be on.
Yeah.
Well, it's 5:17 in LA or in Orange Beach where she is. It's 5:17, but I didn't know Arizona. Is Arizona?
That's 2 hours.
I'm
I
not
think.
sure. Isn't it? Is it the same as
let-
California or an hour?
I just want to go ahead and give a breaking news alert. If y'all see me have to go to a song right quick, you'll know why.
You know why?
Just make sure you tell Ricky how to hit the second button for the next song. We almost missed that last week.
He's going to be in that third and that fourth and that fifth. Because he's going to be in there for a while. So it's
No.
gonna be on those
I got a feeling this is going to go pretty quick.
Yeah, that's a rush order right there.
For those of you, I'd like to take this opportunity to promote GNC.
Yeah,
If you
probably.
eat too much cheese or something,
Don't go
and you
there,
feel
man.
like you need to dig your way out, you can go get this stuff. It's actually Liquid Plumber put in a
Oh, my
FDA
God.
an FDA approved box. But
I'm gonna tell you what makes it worse, Ricky. You know, we come up here to eat last night.
Hey, we sure did.
We opened up Vacation Bible School at the church.
yeah, we
So
did.
There's supposed to be a big dinner at 5 o'clock. We,
Yeah.
come up here to hang out and eat. We get here.
Come
ain't
up here.
nothing- ain't
That
nothing to eat.
meatballs looked like 50 caliber slugs. They had 50 caliber meatballs is all they had.
I like meatballs.
So me and Mark leave.
50 caliber.
Me and Mark leave to go get something to eat. And we go to the Japanese
Oh, my
steakhouse.
God.
We go to the
place.
Japanese steakhouse when we left here. I decided I'm going to buy Frank the Last Supper before I start on my cleansing.
That's what he said. So he eats a plate of sushi of all things.
Oh my God!
I eat sushi to start off my cleansing. We used to call it cut bait. I thought, man, down at Flipper's bait shop, this stuff wasn't near this high. Leave it to the Japanese to figure out how to open up a restaurant and not need a stove.
Oh wow!
Now, some sushi's cooked, though, if I'm not mistaken.
Are you sure that?
It kind of defeats the purpose.
Are you sure there wasn't a little bit of something else in that stuff that you drank?
I don't know, man.
Something else was in there.
No, I don't know.
Maybe what is some of that?
Some laughing beans or something.
I got energy this morning, though.
Did you smoke a cigar this morning?
No, I did not. I think when I get home, I'm going to get the scissors and cut the grass.
That's what it is. Because
Well, that's what the guy at GNC asked him about. What are you trying to get rid of?
He asked me. I said, buddy, I said, I need the most powerful cleaner outer you got. I'm starting over. I'm starting over. And he said, you trying to get rid of something? I said, what are you talking about? I said, yeah, I'm trying to get rid of a lot of stuff. He said, I mean, like for a drug test or something. I said, now, buddy, take a look at me. Do I look like I'm strung out on heroin? I mean, seriously. The only kind of drug I'm on is carbohydrate. It's the only chemical I crave. Carbohydrate.
Oh my God!
But, so anyway, he gave me this box, this bazooka box. I mean,
an ammo case.
Yeah, looked like I got a big old hazardous material. No, but you got a pack of pills I take in the morning. I took this morning, and then I had a drink to drink with it.
That's what it was, Frank.
And
That's
that tasted that tasted like an onion milkshake.
That's what got him like that.
And then tonight I'll do another one.
Oh no!
And then another pack of pills.
Yeah, that's the scrubbing bubbles.
Yeah, the scrubbing bubbles. Like Dow Chemical. And then
it's like Pac-Man in there.
Right. Pac-Man in there.
You be sitting in the restroom hollering, hallelujah!
Woo, 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 woo.
You are killing me. Let's go to Cindy with a song. Oh, my goodness.
He brought it up, so we ran with it. Oh, my God.
Here's Cindy with Solid Rock.
righteousness. I dare not trust the sweetest frame, but wholly lean on Jesus' name. On Christ, the solid rock I stand. All other ground is sinking sand. On other ground is sinking sand. When darkness veils his lovely face, I rest on his unchanging grace. In every high and stormy gale, my anchor holds within the veil. On Christ, the solid rock I stand. All other ground is sinking sand. On other ground is sinking sand.
his arm down in there, and what he
The
did,
smooth sound of Cindy Hewlett.
it was crazy.
Hey, good morning, JD. I see JD is here. Let me just take a minute to give a big shout out to JD. JD is youth pastor here at Calvary Church, Virginia Beach, and we have launched our Vacation Bible School program. And I got to tell you, they have done a lot of work prepping for this thing.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so cool.
Oh,
You
yeah.
walk into the, we call our sanctuary the family room. But you walk in there, I guess if we had a bunch of people running from the law right in there, we call it the sanctuary again. But we call it the family room for right now. They got it all decorated up and outer spaced up, and they got. I mean, the whole church building is just really laid out cool, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
and I mean, we got
morning,
adult,
JD.
but we got adult things going on, adult classes, adult events, and kids, and I mean, came in last night. Parking lot was about half full.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they told me that typically the Sunday night launch, usually it's just like our kids, and then they may bring somebody.
Right.
But then by Tuesday night, the kids that got brought by one of our kids, they bring more kids.
Yeah.
and then it just builds and builds.
Yeah.
But
And
gosh,
so on, and so on, and so on.
yeah,
Yeah.
and if you're in the area of Virginia Beach, we're at 4832 Haygood Road in Virginia Beach, Virginia. You ought to just slide by here and check us out. Doesn't cost you anything. I saw some Facebook questions from some folks asking, is there a cost to it? No, there's no cost to it. We'll even feed you when you come by and treat you so many different ways. You'll have to like one of them. So, but that's what we'll do.
Yeah.
But glad to have you this morning, JD. You ought to you ought to schedule one day this week to come in and bring Ethan, and we'll talk about VBS on the radio program this morning. We'll have you as a
That'd be
special
fun.
guest.
Yeah.
I got home last night and just
I
dreamed
like
of that
the
strawberry
idea of a
shortcake.
vacation Bible school that the adults can come to. That's really great, not just the kids.
Yeah. Well, Frank, they had some strawberry shortcake out there last night for the workers. Now, they're going to be feeding everybody, I think, every night this week, but had some strawberry shortcake out there last night, and Frank and I both took a look at it and just dreamed it, and then passed on. Frank said he dreamed about it last night. Yeah.
You didn't get to have any?
Big homemade one, too.
Oh, I know.
You see it? Do you have it?
Heck yeah, I have me a piece of that.
How many cookies do you get?
None.
How many lemonades you get?
None.
Not me. I was planning for my future.
Man, I was out there. I was doing the recreation. I was out there running around with them kids.
Frank and I had parking lot security.
I was running around with them kids.
I kept telling those kids, this is not a cigar. This is incense for a religious ceremony. Don't look at it.
No, I thought you were keeping. You always tell me you use it to keep the mosquitoes away.
He did.
Nope, not
people.
one mosquito got in that car that I saw.
None.
Nothing could live in there.
No, not with that.
I had to bail out myself.
Looked like Cheech and Chong by the time I fired that rifle stock up.
Yeah, that big. Oh, you had an ICBM?
Nah, just a. But anyway, I'd like to just make the following announcement. My probiotics are working this morning. Told Ricky off there. I think I got a trolling motor in my stomach. It's not like revving up but you just feel it. You're going.
Motor running.
You feel it. You feel it going.
Yeah, but
just going around there.
That's a slow spin right now.
Anyway, so I highly recommend it to anybody. I'll let you know how it goes by the end of this 7-day cycle.
Y'all might not recognize him because if he lose all that, we're gonna tan him up. We'll be all right.
Tan me up?
Yeah, we're gonna tan you up.
I don't like that idea. You know what? You know what tanning is, right?
Yeah.
It's where they skin your hide off and hang you up.
You turn into a Democrat.
Skin your hide. Yeah, you be voting Democrat by the end of next week. That's what I told Ron. Ron been laying out at the beach so much. I told him you're gonna be voting Democrat by the end of July.
Oh my God!
I can't believe you said that.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that, man. Sorry about that, Ron.
Oh my goodness!
It's early, so I'm going to forgive you guys because it's so early. So we won't bring the time out. We won't bring that out until the next hour. So
all right, here, let me go ahead and make the sign because I know we're going to need it. I threw the other
Right.
sign away.
I wore it. I wore it last week enough times, so somebody else got to wear it. Yeah. Okay, Mark, you're in timeout. There you go, Cindy. We got you hooked up now. Oh, they gonna put me in timeout.
That's just an example. He's not in timeout yet, but that's what it looks like when you got to go in timeout.
He said,
when
yeah.
Cindy goes in timeout, we just take her picture down. Cindy's got it made. She can get up there and walk around in her duster and her curlers in her hair. Duster and her curlers in her hair, big pink house shoes. Yeah. Nobody can see her. We got to get up and shave and everything.
Everything, comb your hair.
I'd tell you where I'd be doing it if I was at the house. I'd be on the cell phone. Camped in a conspicuous location.
Hopefully muting it.
Yeah.
I got tears running down the corners of my eyes already. What a stupid place to be on a Monday morning.
Oh, my God.
Let's play little kids, huh?
It could be worse. You could be stuck in traffic. So
No,
you
I
could
did that
get
too,
up
but now
late.
you can.
Oh.
I better get out of here before the traffic gets bad going home. Did you see that look of fear come across my face? It was sheer panic.
You put some on this boy's
was
mind
sheer
real
panic.
quick.
Cindy said that, and I went,
Dude, he just stopped.
"Oh."
Like, it looked like somebody cut him off.
Here's Miss Kenzie Walker with her new single, What a World Needs Now.
Oh.
I look around at all the faces and I see all the lonely people looking back at me. Rich or poor, don't matter, we're all the same. Everybody's hungry in a different way. We're crawling and climbing and kicking and screaming, fighting, but really what the world needs now is love. Love and only love. A little gift from up above, sent to make a better day. Let's come together, let our difference down, spread it all around. That's what the world needs. To change some.
Well, that's what happens when you reach over and hit the wrong button. Frank, what's the good news?
He's losing his sight, buddy. He's
Well.
losing his sight.
I can't see what's going on yet.
Oh, you can't see what's going
Is your
on?
phone still asleep?
I've done reset the thing, erase stuff that went back in.
What are you on?
Well, here's the good news. It's not 10,000 degrees out here in Virginia Beach anymore.
No, it is not. We can survive this. This
The
is
other good
survivable.
news is Frank got his pick line out.
Woohoo!
Hold on, I got Cindy on the speakerphone.
And hopefully have my final foot appointment tomorrow. Look, I
Final
took the
foot.
boot off.
He don't
Yeah,
even have
you
his
know,
boot
you don't
on
even have
him.
your
I
boot
put a
on, yeah.
sandal on.
There
Hey, let me
you
just
go.
tell you this:
There you
a
go.
word of warning to everybody. If you got a callus on your foot, don't
Leave it
pick
alone.
it.
Yeah,
don't
leave it
pick
alone.
it.
Don't go to a podiatrist either. Don't let them cut it off. Get it bleeding.
Because he went to the podiatrist, they cut the thing out. Next thing you know, he's got an infection that would stop a Kubota lawn tractor. It ain't much to stop those things. Stop a train air conditioner. I'm telling you, the man got an infection. He almost died.
Let me stop this program for one moment.
What happened?
You know, Michelle Honeycutt
Yes.
Yeah.
is
Southwest
follows us
Zone.
every day.
Yeah.
And, you know, her mama, I used to take care of her mama a little bit, Cash. Remember I told you about that story? Well, today is Michelle's 60th birthday. So let's sing happy birthday to her.
All right. Me, 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 me,
Wait a
me,
minute,
me,
wait,
me.
we
Ha.
have one more too. Today is Tommy Smith's birthday. Let's sing
Oh,
together.
gosh, yeah,
Oh,
Tommy.
Tommy Smith.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you.
You.
Happy birthday to you. Cindy's got a delay going. You have to anticipate, Cindy.
Well, we do that in
Happy
studio, too.
birthday, Tommy and Michelle. Happy birthday to you. You can tell, huh?
She said no 60. Okay, 62.
Oh, see.
You know how when
See,
I
we
don't know
tried
if
to
y'all
be-
know this or not, but you can tell we all grew up, in some kind of either Baptist or Methodist background, because that's how you sing it. You in the Pentecostal church, they go, "Oh, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. Maybe every day of the year, may you feel Jesus near." And then they clap on the backbeat in the Pentecostal church. You ever notice that? And they got that little 3 clap in there in the Pentecostal
Makes you wanna
church.
do
That's how they did that at JJ July's.
At where?
JJ July's.
I was a gorp at JJ July. Were
Yes,
you?
you was.
I was a gorp.
What is JJ?
JJ July's
It
was
was
an
an ice cream shop.
Yeah, it was an ice cream shop here in Virginia Beach.
And they had this gorp. It was about this big.
well, it was one scoop of everything they had to sell,
Wow.
Plus the whipped cream and all the other
and the nuts and all that. But everything they had in that case was a gorp, and they put it out on a platter, looked like a turkey platter. And if you could eat that thing,
It was free.
oh, it was free, and they'd throw
And
a
they-
big party,
oh,
and I mean,
yeah.
big confetti hanging down, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Mark ate it.
I did. I was a gorp.
Whistles and bells and stuff go off, and all the employees are hollering and screaming. I mean, the whole place just comes unglued. And his cousin Sherry's with us.
She got up on the table and
screaming at the top of her lungs.
yeah. Oh, it was amazing.
You would have thought we were high.
And we weren't.
Oh, that ice cream you were.
It's Jeremy Calloway. Have you played him yet?
Hey, Callaway, we opened up with John 14 this morning.
yeah,
That's
we
what we
did.
opened up with. And Ricky said, "Who's that, man?" And I said, "That's Callaway." He said, "When did he record that?" I've only played it for him 40 times.
Right.
No, you haven't.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just kidding. It was actually, we did open up with John 14. Boy, I tell you what a fantastic record that is. Golly, Ned, that whole record, there's not a
That's
sleeper
an
on it.
awesome rendition you did of that, brother. Very good. Very good. Very good.
And that's coming from Motown there.
Very good.
That's coming from Motown. Detroit Rock City.
Hey, that's what we do. We bring it hard.
You know, I used to be the mandolin player for Run DMC.
That must have been in their early days.
Yeah. That was until Grandmaster Flash picked him up.
Y'all see? Did anybody see the picture? We didn't get him on the phone. Did anybody see the picture of Bruce Watkins on Facebook?
Yes.
I did.
Looked like a
I
mobster.
He did. I tell you, looked like Chuck Dixon with no beard. And I went, "Holy smoke!" But he was going to the.
No, his daughter got married.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. He said, "I'm going to the." I'm going to the. I'm on my way to the. He's on the way to the wedding. Look good on there too, man.
Oh
Bruce,
yeah, by the looks of the pictures, that would cost him a couple $.
I'm telling you, them Dolly Parton checks better keep it rolling. That took his whole. That took his whole. That took his whole EP fund check. Whoa.
Did you see that guy post? I guess the question was, where am I going, or something like that. And the guy said something about you must have a session booked.
Must have said, yeah. I remember. I can't remember. It might have been Bruce. He's all dressed up, going to play somewhere with. I think going with Dolly. And he said, "Yeah, I just got on some old work clothes." Well, of course, he don't talk that way. He says, "Yeah, I just got on some old work clothes." Yeah, he's real soft spoken and stuff.
Yeah, you're like Cindy.
Yeah.
He is.
Boy, that's a good dude, man.
Good morning, Dale Johnson.
Delbert Johnson. I got to tell you about tonight that Bigfoot tried to get me and Dale.
See,
Dale and I shared. Dale was about 10 and I was 17, and I was bunking with the Johnson family. They were pastoring the church at Simonton Assembly of God in Simonton, Tennessee, and Dale was my bunkmate. And we were in there.
He said you had to go there.
Huh?
He said you had to go there.
Had to go there. So look, Dale's about 10, and I'm laying in that bed, and all of a sudden, he squeals. I mean, he squeals as only a scared little 10-year-old boy could. Comes straight up out of that bed, and he's screaming, Bigfoot! 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 And, of course, you know, I've come right out of basic training. I'm already on high alert. I'm rolling under the bed and everything, you know. Oh, my goodness.
Just leave the kid out there by himself.
No, I couldn't get out. I just rolled under the bed. Bigfoot. Good night. You know what? Dale had a little Honda. I think it was about a Honda 80. It was about the size of a mini bike, a little bigger than that. But it was a motorcycle. It was I mean, it was chromed up and everything. Dale and I rode that motorcycle. I bet we rode the chain off that thing, man. We'd get out there and ride that thing around. We had a good space to ride it. We'd ride that thing.
You talking about that little circle out there by the church?
In Simonton.
Oh, I thought you was talking about down in your old hood.
Oh, no, in Simonton, Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
Not in my old hood, no. And Dale and I were out. There was a little gas station across the street from the church, and we went over and I bought us a Charms Blow Pop and an IBC root beer, and somebody saw us and accused us of smoking cigarettes and drinking beer.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. That sailor boy's done got Dale over there smoking cigarettes and drinking beer. Throw him out. And they'll know we are Christians by our love, by our... Just throw him out. Hey, I've been thrown out of better churches than this. Watch this. I'll just leave.
I think there was something has got to be in that drink that he had, because this boy got a roll going.
Hey, Dale, go to
something.
GNC and get you a cleanse.
Enough moonshine behind the house.
It'll wash you free, whiter than snow.
Because there's got to be something in that drink. Whatever he mixed up, he put too much of something.
No, it's actually just...
And this is without a cigar.
Let's see. He's talking about Andrew. I'm screaming now, taking Andrew. Oh, my goodness. Well, hey, you know, let's do a little station ID, shall we?
Yes.
Hi, folks. I'm Marty Raven of the country music group Shenandoah, and you're listening to the Smallest Gifts Radio Network on SGBN.
There's a story in the Bible. It's in the book of Mark, chapter 12. It says that one day Jesus went into the temple and sat down near the place where the offerings were placed. He sat and watched as the people came by and put in their offerings. Many well-to-do people, dressed in only the best of clothes, came by and made great big deposits. Then he saw something that was a bit peculiar. He watched as this poor widow woman came by and dropped 2 little coins in that combined wouldn't even be as worth as much as a penny. So Jesus called out to his disciples and said, "Come here, I want you to see this. This woman has given more than anybody here. The others gave out of their wealth, but this woman gave all that she had." You see, Jesus is more interested in what's in the heart of the giver than the size of the gift. Remember, God can do big things with even the smallest gift. To find out more about Smallest Gifts Ministries, visit our website at www.smallestgifts.org.
And you know, that's why we're here. We're here about smallest gifts. We come on, bring you a little bit of fun and silliness and seriousness and a mix of different things. And sometimes Cindy reminds us to get back in the lane like we ought to be, and so we'll take a moment and get back in the lane.
Yeah.
Our mission here with Smallest Gifts is to be able to reach out to people that are often not reached because maybe they're hard to get to by some of the World Health Organizations, or maybe their group is not big enough, or whatever the case may be. And we have, through Smallest Gifts, been able to reach out to a community in the Philippines, and we have helped them to repair, replace, fix and all that. Their living facilities, it's been damaged by an earthquake. We helped to get it straightened out in the first place. We've built them a chapel that seats about 200 people and has become kind of a satellite or a lighthouse in the community. And then we help them with their food and their school supplies. And we even have some specific families that have tragedy or have turmoil in the family, and we have stepped in through our emergency program and helped them. We have people in the Lubbock, Texas area where we have our smallest gifts outreach there through a dialysis center, and we're able to help people with little small gifts, just small gifts, to help them with either buying a meal or buying a tank of gas or buying a change of clothes or perhaps a pillow to make their stay when they're getting their treatments, a special pillow. And we have the little trolley dollies. Cindy, talk about the trolley dollies.
The trolley dollies is just a little, well, it has nice big wheels so they can pull it themselves. Many of these people are on foot. A lot of the people that do take dialysis live in this area because it's a part of town where most of these people are Medicaid patients, or they're poor. I mean, there's no other way to say it, but they're poor. Yeah. And they don't have transportation, or many of them take the bus. And so it gives them a way to bring their belongings, because when they come, they're going to be there all day. It's you don't go and you're there an hour. It takes 4 or 5 hours to receive the dialysis if everything is working correctly. So we've just purchased little bags, insulated bags, and it's a little cart, and it's small enough they can pull it. They can take it to the grocery store or just wherever they need. We've also purchased umbrellas for them, so like on a day like today when it's raining, they'll be able to, as they wait for the bus, not be soaking wet, or on days when it's really hot. Just little things that we take for granted, but it's huge. If you barely have money to buy bread, and I mean bread, you don't have money for umbrellas or a trolley dolly or pillows just to put behind your neck so you can rest, while you're having the dialysis.
Yeah.
So it's these little things. We should play little things mean a lot, because that's what we are at Smallest Gifts.
Yeah, and that's why we called it Smallest Gifts. And if you'd like to participate and help out with Smallest Gifts, we want to make that available to you. We want to make it available for you to be able to go online to our website at smallestgiftsministries.org. And there you will find different ways where you can learn about what we do. You can also find ways to support what we do if God leads you to do that. Now, we do not recommend or ask you to take money that goes into your local storehouse, because the church needs to survive. And your church needs its electric bill paid too.
That's right.
That's your first responsibility.
That's right.
But if you have extra givings that you have designated, or if God lays it on your heart to just give a one-time gift or a monthly gift, we have ways for you to do that. And again, we've done this on our own now up until this year, and we've felt like it's time to start inviting other people to participate. Yeah. Now, what happens if you don't have any extra money? How can you support Smallest Gifts? I can tell you how you can support it. There's a couple different ways. One, you can click on that share button, and you can talk about it, and you can help us build our audience. Number two, you could have us come to your area. We'll actually do a Smallest Gifts program from your place. If you set it up, and we can arrange for that to happen, we'll come and do a Smallest Gifts program. We'll bring Ricky and me and the band, and we'll come out and do a whole live program from your location. We're getting ready to go down to the Strand in Fort Payne, Alabama, and do that very thing.
He'll be on just a few minutes. He's at Bible study.
Yeah, he has his Monday Bible study and all that kind of stuff, so he'll probably be straightened out. Won't be talking about things on people's head.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're going to be down at the Strand, and we're looking at going out and visiting with Tommy Smith. Man, I love that dude. Tommy Smith is one of the coolest guys, and you know how you get to know people in a certain capacity.
Yeah.
Then you find out something else. Well, I knew Tommy was a singer, but I didn't remember how good a singer he was. And Tommy's got a new record out that, man, it's really a good record.
It's happy birthday, good. Tommy, by the way.
Today's his birthday. And, we run Tommy's show.
Yeah.
We run Tommy's show here on our radio network. And we invite you to come by and download the app if you haven't done so. And those of you that are on radio, check us out on Facebook. You can see us. You may not like what you see, but you can feel sorry for us anyway. Cause
watch us.
You can check out Ricky, and you can check out Frank, and you can always use me as the bad example. And
Hey, speaking of bad example, I sent Frank a picture. Kirk found us.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Let me see.
Show Frank. Show it to him.
Now, is that his timeout box?
That's Kirk's idea of a new timeout box for y'all. It's a
Y'all?
tornado shelter.
Oh, all of us. Oh, we thought it was
Above
just
ground tornado shelter.
I think my medicine's working.
Play a couple songs and give us a break.
A long one.
Now, what is this supposed to be?
Your timeout box.
That's a timeout box, but that's a tornado shelter, is what it's sold to be. And you just bolt it to the ground, or you bolt it, I guess, to the floor in your house. It could be. It
looks like it might be a flying capsule if the tornado that hit me hit it. I mean, I got hit by a tornado that took a Toyota Sienna van and parked at the top of a tree with me and the family in it. So I'm not so sure that little old joker right there is going to, well, you can't see it. I'm not so sure that little thing right there is going to do much.
I wouldn't trust it either.
Yeah, you better have it padded and put your helmet on before you get in there.
And there's not much room in there.
It's small. And he made me.
I just soon getting a portage on, try my luck. At least I got facilities if I'm in there for a long time.
That's what I thought it was for a minute.
I did
Me
too. Yeah.
Yeah, Porter John. Yeah, at least you will be able to,
Well, when you were talking about the Jetsons, go on and get in it.
Good morning, Rain Water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good night. Well, we're coming up to the top of the hour, believe it or not.
Already?
Yeah. It ain't going to be long.
Let's back up to 7 o'clock tomorrow.
Back up, yeah. Don't say back up. It's starting to really...
The word, there might be a trigger.
Yeah, I was watching that commercial about the guy that he's got, I forget what it is. It's, I forget what the name of the medicine is, but it's, he's got opium. He's got opate. He's got constipation because of taking painkillers. I forget what they call what he's calling the disease. I think it just made it up for
Clogged.
the commercial. Yeah, he's clogged, all right, but it's got some kind of medicine that's going to break you loose. And then you start looking at the side effects on that and say, I'd just soon be stopped up.
Thank you.
I mean, you look at some of the side effects on some of this medicine they advertise, I'm thinking,
Could cause cardiac arrest.
Yeah,
Stop
side effects, and you think, good night. I think I'm just going to take an aspirin.
The top of your head start opening up.
Yeah. Are you with us on that, Cindy? You ever see these commercials? And
I have.
you see these commercials, and you think, well, who would take that?
Yeah, I'm going to die if I take that.
Yeah, this way right here, you end up turned inside out.
Or who is the marketer that decided that was a good idea?
Yeah, how did they get that through?
Well, I think it's a FDA law that if you advertise a drug, you have to put the side effects on it.
Yeah,
But I'd at least get the guy that does it at the car dealership.
Yeah,
Bus tax and fees. I'd just as soon do that.
Yeah, but the thing is how do they let you advertise something that will do that much harm to you?
Well,
and
everything you got's got side effects. Like, for example,
I'm like, dang.
Oh my goodness. Everything you got's got side effects. All right, we have lost. Our crowd that's going to work at 9 o'clock. I mean, at 9 o'clock Central, they're done. So we're picking up the new crowd now. So those of you that are just joining us here, coming up on the top of the hour, we're going to be talking about things like cleansing. And I'm not talking about being washed in the blood. That's a different kind of cleansing I'm talking about.
Washed in the teas.
Yeah.
Here, drink some more water. Come
you
on,
never stop, buddy.
Coffee.
I'm sitting here broke out in a sweat right now. And this air conditioner's working in here today. Frank said to turn it off.
Hey, we should talk about the weather again. We can do the
Well, you
weather.
talk
What's
about
the
the
weather
weather
where
for?
you are? Yeah, let's ask everybody. What's the weather where you are?
I can't focus on much right now.
He can't focus on anything.
I'll do it for you. What's the weather where you are? We want to hear. We want to know.
All right, hold on. I'll get some weather up here. Good night. Anything to get my mind off of it.
Let's change the subject. Redirect.
I'm going to be Chinese walking out of here.
Yeah, Matt Dooley, you can tell us how the weather is here.
All right, let's see.
Michael Carmen, you can tell us how it is in
I'll get
Nashville.
it. I'll get it. It's 85 degrees and raining. Well, no, it's partly cloudy in Surigao in the Philippines. And the UV index is 0 because it's dark. It's 9 o'clock at night there. Nashville, it's sunny and 69 degrees. Today's anticipated high is 91. They're at the anticipated low right now at 69. It's going to be sunny all day and be up in the 90s. Let's see. What is on Lubbock? Yeah, you got 66 degrees in Lubbock.
I know, and showers.
Feel sorry
all
for
day
you.
Today. I know.
Open the
Here's one that
windows.
came in Mount Holly, North Carolina. Mount Holly, North Carolina, near Charlotte, right there by Gastonia. 87 degrees right as the anticipated high at 68 right now. The low will be 62. And your wind is going to be like out of the northeast at 4 miles an hour. Humidity will be 77%. And dew point 60%. Barometric pressure 30.12 inches of mercury. And the UV index is too low. And Nocona, Texas, where we're going to be heading pretty soon as we get the date locked down. We're going to be out at Nocona, one of my favorite places on this here planet. Some of the
That's like going
nicest
to-
people in the world.
That's
Lord
like going
says
to
it's-
Disneyland for us, isn't it?
Oh,
it's
yeah.
so much fun.
Yeah,
They're
going
so
out there
much
at the
fun.
lake house and
It's 69 and sunny in Farmville, North Carolina.
69 and sunny, all right?
Oh, yeah.
Nocona, Texas, it's 71 degrees right now. It's going to be a high of 92 with a low of 71, so they're at their low. Going to be sunny today in the next few hours. It'll get a little bit cloudy, it looks like. Your wind down there, Virgil Marie, is going to be calm. Humidity 87%, dew point 67%. The barometric pressure is at 30.07 inches of mercury, and the UV index is low.
Hey, I want to say good morning to Jeff Stansberry. He joined us and talk about
Well,
another
good
great
morning,
singer.
Stansberry. There's a songwriter for you and an auctioneer. Watch this here. Anybody bid, but 100 bid now to give 100 bid now, 100 and a half. 100 and a half now, would you give 100? No, he's a real auctioneer. You can see him at Barrett Jackson.
Oh, yeah. He
yeah.
doing Barrett Jackson.
He does Barrett
Yeah.
Jackson and all that kind of stuff, and a songwriter and.
Because them boys, they be rolling.
Extremely
I don't see how they
talented.
talk that fast. I really don't.
All right, your weather in Portsmouth, Virginia today. 83 degrees will be the high, and 60 is the low. We passed that at 72 degrees. Going to be sunny all day. Today is a great fishing and lawn mowing day. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Pastor Bubba is in the house.
Uh-oh.
Set him up a chair. Move down there, Rick. Huh? You get in there in a few minutes. Pastor Bubba, come in and wave at everybody. We're getting up on top of the hour doing weather.
Hi, everybody. Howdy.
There he is.
Hey, Pastor Bubba.
His pastorship himself. I shouldn't say it, but
He must have forgot I told him 8 o'clock.
we were all hoping he'd get to be the Pope, so all we'd have to kiss would be his ring.
Good thing you guys are friends.
Yeah. You're right about that, Cindy.
When you got a pastor named Bubba, you just imagine what you got.
Are you going to reload this thing at 9 o'clock?
What do you mean?
Reshare it or whatever?
No.
Why can't I get this picture?
Well, it does it sometimes. I don't know what to tell you. It does it on my phone sometimes. Take it up with your service provider. And we're just moments away from 9 o'clock, so I'm going to get it all queued up.
I'll go and play some music.
No, I think we're going to have Ricky recite a poem. Do that one about the boy stood on the burning deck, his feet were filled with blisters. Do that one.
That's bad. That's bad.
Once was an old hermit named Dave. Now we'll stay away from that one.
Yeah, please do. We are both going time out.
Oh, golly, Dave.
Yeah.
Hey, but again, as we go through this process, remember why we're here. We're here to bring you some joy and laughter and some fun and some seriousness.
Yeah.
Seriousness.
Yeah.
Some sorriness. That's what my mother would say. That's just plain old sorriness. That's what my mom would say growing up. You just sorry.
Oh, I made you, Mama, how could you say that to me?
Yeah. But we're really here to help bring you some joy in the morning and to talk about smallest gifts and the various ministries that we do. As we've talked about already this morning, smallest gifts and the things that we do with smallest gifts and how you can be a part of that. We also want to talk about Kenzie Walker's Power Hour that comes on at 7 a.m. and runs from 7 a.m. to 8. And right after that, we're on here. And then we have upcoming. It's a very busy time for us right now with VBS going on, but we're trying to get Jason Davis scheduled to come in and talk this week and talk about VBS and bring Ethan. I want to get Ethan on the air. I think Ethan would have a ball. He says he
had a
to.
blast yesterday.
He says
at
he
himself
wants
on
to.
that video and the pictures.
Yeah, but he wants to get in here. And Pastor Bubba's got some teaching things that he's going to be doing and like different series, and we're going to do them in like.
Wasn't he doing a Trisha Yearwood cooking show or something?
Like Trisha's show?
Yeah.
I don't know, but Bart, I can tell you this: Bubba put anything in a smoker. Smoked dog, smoked board, smoked chicken, and the thing is, it'll taste good.
Yeah,
that's the thing about
cook.
it. Whatever he can put a brick in there and come out and be edible.
Yeah.
Never seen anything like it. He can make a brick tender.
He's a good cook.
I'm telling you. It reminds me when I went out to Texas, like back years ago, when I went out with Heartland, and we were playing at, we played the Blue Bonnet. And then the people, some of the wealthy people at the Blue Bonnet there, they decided they were going to have a genuine Texas barbecue. We got out to their house, and I told them, I said, I looked at one of the guys with me, I said, we call this a weenie roast back in
A weenie roast.
Yeah, I was thinking it'd be like a cow on a spit, that kind of thing turning. But no, it's just sausages and buns. And
what is that?
That's a weenie roast. We talk about a genuine Texas barbecue. That's what we call it. It's top of the hour. Let's go. You ready? Oh, golly. Thanks for waking up with us again.
Amen.
We were going to call it Morning Sunshine, but since we got up so early, we're calling it Morning Dark.
morning dark time.
Those of you, get out of bed. Get up.
Yeah.
Yes, an angel, good morning.
Morning, America, how are you?
Good morning, starshine. The earth says hello. You twinkle above.
I don't know if we're going to be able to get him on the camera.
We twinkle below. Good morning to the place called eternity. Good morning to the place made for you and me. Good morning to the day where there is no night. Good morning where the Son of God is our light. Good morning, let's go down where the children meet, and we'll worship God at Jesus' feet. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
And good morning, everybody.
Now we got to behave because the pastor's here.
Yeah.
He got on me last week.
Cindy called him.
Huh?
No, I didn't call him.
Yeah, that way we didn't have to get up, walk over and get it.
He's had a rough couple of weeks. I'm glad he's finally back.
Let me just tell you, speaking about a rough couple of weeks, I want to take a moment and be serious, and I want to say, I want to illustrate what a pastor is. And we actually talked about this, and you may not even heard it because I know you're busy.
Yeah, I didn't listen. I couldn't.
I don't know how to say it without getting too personal. Just give me that over here. I'll plug it in while we're talking. But Pastor Bubba counsels with people that Ricky, I'm not going to be able to get you in the camera the way we got it angled, and I can't change it right now. So if you want to kind of just tilt it that way, you can, or we can leave it like that, and people can just hear you, whatever you want to do. Just move it a little bit. But he counsels with people that are unchurched. Gets condemned for it. Been called everything. That'll work. Been called everything there is to be called. But he had a suicide he had to deal with. And it was right across the street from where he lives. And it was a young lady that he's been working with and counseling with, and her husband. And get your mic straightened up there, Rick. You're way out of whack. But anyway, this is serious. I want to just keep on this because I want to thank you, Pastor, for being the pastor that you are. Put his whole life on hold to tend to this family. And that's not anything new. It's just something that he don't talk about. We don't talk about it because it's part of him. But what I saw him go through the last 2 weeks in being the only island in the storm of this woman's young husband's life, while family turmoils and things like that and pressures, I just want to thank you for being the pastor that you are and for being like you are. And if I'm not mistaken, he went from having 3 to 5 guns in his safe that people who 2 of them bought the guns specifically to commit suicide. Is that correct?
Yeah, actually, now the ones that have talked to me and have come clean with me have stated that actually 4 of them, 3 really bought it with the intentions, yes, of killing themselves. 1 got the gun from his home, from his parents' home, and brought it back with him. You never know what people are going through. And, and I think that that's part of why 10 years ago we wanted to be something different. Too many times people go to church and go to their house of worship, whether it's a Christian or non-Christian, and they come out not feeling any different. Because when they get there, they find condemnation. They find people don't even understand. They feel like they're so isolated because we go in, I think, looking for approval instead of understanding God accepts us where we're at.
Yeah, that's true.
And there is a difference.
Have you done that before? Have you gone in?
Sure.
Have you gone in and say, I just want them to like me and approve of me?
That's right. Sure.
I
think we all have.
Yeah, instead of going in and assuming that God already likes me and God already approves of me. I'm going to share a story. I've shared it with Bo. I'll share it with the group. I think I've also shared it with Cindy. I went through a real hard time, through a divorce, and that's never good. Mm. There's always 2 sides to every story, and usually it's both sides if it ends up in divorce.
Yeah.
It's usually both sides that's responsible. And y'all have heard me say on here before, there's some things I'd like to get a do-over on, but anyway, I'd gotten out of church completely because the church that I went to at that time when I did get divorced, they wouldn't even talk to me.
Wow.
They wouldn't speak to me. Asked me to step down from my position in the church. And they just... I figured out later that they weren't really mad at me. They just didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were they just didn't have the equipment for what they wanted to say. And I'm gonna circle back to something you asked me about on a teaching, so don't let me forget that, okay?
Okay.
Because we'll do that online, I think, too. We'll do it both ways. With your direction, that is, because you get to make the decision. I just stepped up there and said we'll do it. But anyway. I had gone to 2 or 3 churches and felt about as welcome as you know, a hornet's nest at a picnic, you know.
Okay.
And I went into this church in Gallatin, Tennessee, and a guy came by, and I just walked in. Nobody was there to greet me. I caught him like right between Sunday school and church. Guy came by, put his hand on my shoulder, big old hand like a bear paw, shook my hand. I thought, man, this joker looks like a drill sergeant or something, you know. His name was David Lewis, and he was, in fact, a Sergeant E7 jump master at Fort Campbell. And he made me feel warm and welcome and non-judgmental. I'm sitting there with just me and Michael and Robbie, and they're little, you know. But he loved on me and made me feel welcome.
Amen.
And you never know when you see somebody walking in the church. For example, if they come in walking like they just crawled out from under a truck, stinking, you never know about that person.
No.
And if they come in dressed like I was that day, in real nice suit of clothes and real nice tie and all the jewelry and appurtenances that go with that, and one would just assume this guy had it all together. And I was just shredded.
Yeah.
But one of the things that we like to talk about here on Smallest Gifts and in our church is how we accept you just exactly the way you are, because it's not our job to judge you. It's not our job to clean you. It's our job to be, as you call it, a MASH unit in a field of combat and prep you to get you back into the fight.
Amen. And, you know, people need to understand there is a difference between acceptance and approval. And as long as you have a creator that spoke, Jehovah God, that spoke the world, Jehovah Rohi, our shepherd, that spoke the world into existence, says, I approve of you. I love you right where you're at. And Monday morning, this Monday, as we're getting started, it's, you know, the world can be tough.
Yeah.
You may be coming off a very tough weekend. You may have a boss that's just doesn't understand where you've been, what you've been, and you don't understand where he's been this weekend or she's been this weekend. And maybe it's real tough at work today. And I just want you to know that Jesus said when he got into the big room, the upper room where the disciples were hiding from the Jews and scared, they had fear right after his death. He broke into the locked room. He appeared to the locked room. He appeared to the disciples, and he said, peace be with you. And he said, my peace I send to you and send with you. And my thing is, guys, we need to understand that we have something great inside of us, those that are believers. We have a peace that passes all understanding. You say, explain it. I can't. It passes all understanding. It's just there. And when you truly just know that God accepts you right where you're at, and there may be somebody that's thinking about suicide, and this may be you're trying to get over it, you're trying to get past it, you're trying to see, okay, what is this? And I'm listening to this station today, you're listening to this station today. I want you to know that God loves you right where you're at, and he accepts you. Amen. And suicide is not the answer. You know, I believe that you got to go out of your mind. You can have all of, and Mark, you're so right, you can have all of the $2,000 purses, because I went into a closet. I seen so much money, the nice dresses, the $2,000 purses. I seen all of that. But that money, trying to buy happiness, could not buy the peace to save a life.
Yeah.
That's right.
And, you know, and I say to you today is, if you're listening to this station, this network, we're a family of believers that just believe that no matter who you are, God loves you and he accepts you. And I hope you hear that today, is that you're accepted. God loves you. And if you have no one else, you tune to this station and you can hear in this network, and you can contact us. We're praying for you. There's some of you that have asked Mark to let me know to be praying for you. This past few weeks, I've been praying hard for you. We put on an index card your name, and when you ask for prayer, and we actually set that on my altar at the house, and we pray for you daily. We're not just going to say that we're praying for you. Baby, we're praying for you. And we just believe in being real.
That's it.
This station is real.
Let's go to a song. Let's go to one that really kind of fits where we are. It's by Demetrius Stalling. It's called "I've Seen What He Can Do." Here we go.
Oh,
Amen.
yeah.
I was tugging her bed, and it caught me by surprise when a little girl asked me, "What does God look like?" I smiled and laughed a little, leaned over for a kiss, said, "Baby, I don't know, but I can tell you this. I've been to the ocean, stood on a mountain. I've seen the sunset burn away the sky of blue. Stared up at the starlight, got lost in the midnight. I've never seen the face of God, but I've seen what He can do. Yes. Well, I thought about these wonders around us every day. The stuff that if you let it will take your breath away. I've also found His glory shining from within the heart of the sinner who's just been born again. And I've been to the river, watched souls going under. Forgiveness washed them clean, and mercy made them new. Gone is the old man, and I can tell you firsthand, I've never seen the face of God, but I see what He can do. Oh, but now I don't need a picture. Somehow this world helps me see Him clearer. 'Cause I walked in the valley, cried out of sorrow, and I can tell you every fire He has brought me through. And I know Him better, and I will love Him forever. I've never seen the face of God. No, I've never seen the face of God, but I've seen what He can do.
I still say it's one of the prettiest songs I've ever heard.
Amen. Amen.
I'm telling you, that's just got it.
Amen.
That's just a gorgeous, gorgeous song.
Sing. Her voice is just
And very
amazing.
fitting for our conversation.
Amen.
Yeah. Well, what's going on fun, Bubba?
Well,
You been keeping the pool wet?
well, we've been keeping the pool wet. It's been nice weather to be out in the pool too, and the kids have been by. I actually had Braden come all the way down from Baltimore. You know, he had surgery, and we were up there.
That's the little boy we were talking about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we went up to D.C. to see him, and was able to go in and pray over him during surgery. And it's amazing how when they come in, they just brighten up the moment. The little kids just come running, and he didn't care about nobody else. He just wanted to see his Bubba.
He was real.
He was at church, and he seen you, and he started laughing. He says, "That's my Mark."
Yeah, and he was real complimentary of the band yesterday. He walked up and just in perfect vernacular said, they were really good today. I think that's just fine, don't you?
Oh, I love it.
We've been doing that, and of course we had shrimp that we cooked.
Yeah, let's talk about shrimp.
700 hot dogs a day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
so
a lot.
it was amazing. It was just amazing. And you know, and my thing is, church people scare me. I'm just gonna let you know they scare me. I mean, you know, you think they've been in church for 20 and 30 years, they ought to know better. And they go out, and a lady comes up, and she's hungry. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, they tell her, well, are you part of VBS? Who cares? Give her a hot dog.
Who cares? Good night.
Give her a hot dog.
That's right.
You can tell she doesn't look like a kid that's going over here and making jewelry out of plastic beads. I mean, just give her a hot dog and a bag of chips and a soda pop.
So you know what this guy does? He gives her a whole pan of hot dogs. That's what he did.
We bought them.
Great.
So if you don't like it, oh well, go lay down. Yeah.
Gee whiz. I mean, that's true though, isn't it? It's like, you know, I mean, how many times you think it's gone through somebody's head? Some gal come into church and her skirt's too short and her heels are too high, and
That's right.
Yeah.
you know, she maybe smells like the night, smells like cigarette smoke, little alcohol on her, and somebody say, "What's that old thing doing in here?"
Yeah. Yeah, and we see that no matter what we do in life. You know, God put us down here for one reason, and that's learn to really love.
Yeah.
He said, one, love him with all our heart, soul, mind, and body. And the second is to love our neighbor as ourselves. And that's anyone other than us.
Yeah.
We had one lady that walked across the street, and you could tell she was a working lady of the night. And, she was dressed. But the day before, I gave her a hot dog, and she didn't have a puffed up eye or a Band-Aid on it. When she came back, she had a Band-Aid on it, and she said, well, my boyfriend, and of course I knew what she meant by that.
Yeah.
One of the ladies with me said, oh my, and and I said, wait, let me talk to her. And we got her, and we were able to get her some help.
Okay.
And hopefully get her out of that situation. Matter of fact, she actually, we were able to have someone come and pick her up right away and take her out of the area to where she was at a safe place. And we could help her. She was wanting help. You can only help people that want help.
Right.
Wow.
But it's just loving people where they're at. And, I think we need to understand that, there's an awesome responsibility being a follower of Christ.
Amen.
And,
Indeed
and I tell you, people say, well, do you have fun doing all that? I dislike seeing the pain that people go through, but to me, that's life. I enjoy it. I love being there, right on the scene, getting right into the mix of things, and I'm not scared. People scared to walk around. Everybody says, "Well, that's a bad neighborhood." Well,
so?
it can be a bad neighborhood right across my street too.
That's right.
Yeah, no kidding. You come into church, it can be a bad neighborhood.
That's right.
Here's a song that speaks just about that. It's called How Do You Know by T. Graham Brown and the Oak Ridge Boys.
Right.
Proud to be a part of it.
Where's truth in the love, yeah, that's right. I know he said to the blind man, open your eyes and see. And I know he said to the lame man, stand up and follow me. I know that he walked on the water. He said, look what faith will do. Turn the water into wine, and then he fed all the multitude. How do you know? I know by the way I feel. How do you know? I know cause the joy is real. How do you know? I know cause I've been set free. And there's truth in the love he gave to me. I didn't get it at Sunday school when they tried to put the fear in me. Talking about fire and brimstone and burning in eternity. didn't get her when they came knocking. Insisted on witnessing me. And I sure didn't get it from a TV preacher trying to get all my money. How do you know? I just know by the way I feel. How do you know? I just know cause the joy is real. How do you know? I just know cause I've been set free. And there's truth in the love you gave to me. Look around, an honest evaluation. Yeah, he's a friend I know in any situation. Oh, I bet you can't beat that. What a real good new best friend I got. There's truth in the love. I believe there's truth in the love. Lord have mercy. He made it easy enough, I do believe, to get it all together. Gave you the right to do wrong. He gave you sense enough to know better. Tell us, T, come on. Said he'd never ever force his will on you. He might lay down a heavy suggestion, but it's got to be your move. How do you know? I know by the way I feel. How do you know? I just know cause the joy is real. How do you know? I just know cause I've been set free. And there's truth in the love you gave to me. Truth in the love affair with my Jesus. How do you know? I got him on the main line, talking it over. How do you know? I said me and my Lord are taking care of business. How do you know? Well, I know that there's truth in the love you gave to me.
There you go.
On the main line.
On the main. Hey, I just want to say a shout out to Ahmed El Gabali from Saudi Arabia, who joins us this morning.
Wow.
Good
morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Glad to have you.
Hey.
It was probably nighttime for him, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Close to it anyway.
Cindy, what are you doing out there in Lubbock?
I am listening to it rain. Kirk checked the rain gauge before he went to work this morning, and we've already received 3 inches. So this is a $1 billion rain, I was telling them earlier, because the cotton that was not held out is beautiful, and we needed some rain. So this is just wonderful.
That's the way to do it.
And that's got your air conditioning caught up too, right?
Well, it's nice and cool. We're supposed to get a new air conditioner unit this week. So the air conditioner unit that we have is working at about 60%.
Yeah.
So it kind of cools, but it's not exactly cooling. It's better than nothing.
She doesn't want everybody to know that they had to have this thing special made and brought in with a C-5 aircraft and got helicopters and cranes and stuff to put it up on top of Hewlett Manor.
You know what? I would not be able. There's been a big stink going on in our city, and I'm not going to say anything bad because if you can't say something good, I won't say anything.
Big
so
stink
I'm just
going
say,
on. They got one of them over at Smithfield about twice a week when they butcher.
No, it's about our electric bill.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
You told me they were like 3 times normal or something.
Yeah, they're very but it's been so hot. We had 116 days. So
well, yeah, Bubba was there squawking about the electric bill here at the church being high, and I guess somebody needs to remind him that the whole month of July was 100 and something degrees. Poor air conditioner here with his tongue hanging out, trying to cool the place off.
Hey, they're trying to cool an empty building. There's nothing. There's nothing in the back of the building.
Was it running in the back? Oh, you're talking here?
Yeah.
Oh,
they had it running in the back half of the building. There was nobody back there but empty classrooms.
They had it running back in the back.
Yeah. Ricky had it running just as fast as it run.
Oh, I did.
I'm guessing Ricky don't even know how to turn it on.
He probably doesn't.
I don't mess with them things, man.
I'm guessing Ricky's afraid Bubba's got a secret Bubba iPhone camera hooked up to it, waiting for it, so he knows when to, so he knows not to touch it. Because he have to duck every time he sees Bubba.
That's right. I'll be like, nope, I'm not messing with it.
Ricky's. When they tell me, they say, well, Ricky's the only one in the building. I said, yeah, that's a Ricky again. That's that janitor again.
Yeah. Good.
Then I start laughing at him.
Last night I opened the windows and just took the 9mm out and left it laying there on the nightstand by the bed. Turn the air conditioner off.
Save some juice.
If I hear the dog bark, I know to grab the pistol.
I got Alma to take care of me. She got a big cavalry sword under the bed. She got a sword.
She can cut air with a knife.
She calls that her samurai.
She can cut air.
That's her samurai.
I would not want to make Alma mad.
Oh, no, you would not.
I've seen her mad.
You would not.
I've seen her mad. It ain't a funny sight.
He went running, too.
Wasn't mad at me.
But he went running anyway. He got out of the way.
Actually, what I was trying to do was clear the crime scene. I didn't want to get caught up in it. I didn't want any of my DNA around. I'll come see you at the jailhouse, sweetheart.
Hey, I'm going to say hi to my mom. I'll be right back.
Okay. Hi to your mom for us, too.
That's right.
Oh, goodness gracious. This can be everything from a madhouse to a sad house to a good house to everything on this program. And Bubba, you just bring such a element to it that we're so glad when you come in. And
did y'all explain to him what that timeout poster is in front of him?
Did you see the timeout stuff?
I seen it sitting there. I didn't know what y'all were doing with it, though.
Well, here's what happens. If you get out of lane,
you go in timeout.
You go in timeout.
You ain't allowed to talk. We'll shut your mic off. You're in the penalty box.
Sometimes you got to leave the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you say the wrong thing.
A guardrail, that's what it is.
Yeah,
that's one of them guardrails.
If Bubba wasn't here, it was only Cindy.
Yeah, poor old Cindy was having to try to referee this without being able to see us.
Lord.
Yeah,
and
it was.
And with the delay, oh yes, I mean I can see you on a 7-second delay, but it's too late.
It's too late by the time you seen it. Everybody else did.
Well, Cindy, I've been praying for you. I knew.
You didn't see how we came on the air first day with the new time. We as soon as we came to the studio, here's how we were.
We would sleep.
He knows he was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
That's why he went.
Yeah, everybody said, "Where's Bubba? He's supposed to be here at 8 o'clock too." I said, "He thinks he's got some cracks in his eyelids. He's checking."
That's right. That's right. I was feeding my dogs.
Yeah,
it's bad.
That'll work.
It's bad.
That'll work.
It's bad when you got 5 of them you got to feed. It takes a little bit of time to feed them.
Yeah.
And then the neighbors had 2, and guess where those 2 dogs are at now? So
yeah.
So it's just it's amazing.
Yeah,
and they're all out in the pool right now.
They're all out swimming. One thing, I don't need a gun. When the alarm goes off there, when Katie Bug says there's something up, the whole world around me knows.
Well, yeah, people
got a whole pack of
it
dogs.
sounds like a German POW camp. You go up these doors. They're coming from everywhere, man. It does. It sounds like a German POW camp. They're everywhere. Dogs.
You think he's living in a dog kennel?
Yeah, and if you don't know, the dogs will just lick you to death. You're afraid you're going to get like piranha-fied in there.
Well, one of them came in and they asked me. They said, "Do they bite?" I said, "Well, they got teeth. Just don't make them mad."
Yeah, they come right. They'll bite.
They got teeth. Depends what you smell like today. Smell like a hot dog, you're gone.
You go. Don't eat before you go to Bubba's house. Don't eat.
Well, yeah, don't eat before you go to Bubba's house, because if you eat before you go there, this joker's got more. He'll throw more food on you. It's like Bubba's buffet. You go in there, whatever. I mean, here, have a couple of these, and 7 or 8 of these, 9 or 10 of these. Have a couple buckets of that. You know,
you gotta eat. I mean, these skinny people scare me. That's the reason they're so mean in church.
Whatever.
Do you know that? That's the reason why you look at church. It's not the fat people that are mean in church. It's the skinny people. And they're so mad because they're so hungry. Go get you something besides a carrot to eat, a 2-piece snack and a biscuit. Leave the preacher alone.
I tell you what,
a 2-piece snack and a biscuit.
Yeah, get you a 2-piece and a biscuit. Get the coleslaw too, so you get some roughage in there.
Leave the preacher alone.
Start on your cleanse. I started a cleanse program this morning, Pastor. I went up to GNC yesterday, and we came here thinking we were going to eat. Because you announced yesterday go have food and everything last night. So Frank and I showed up early to eat, and go back there, and all we found is these 50 caliber meatballs.
I have nothing to do with the food.
So we found these 50 caliber meatballs and said, well, this a meal won't make. So where do we wind up at? The sushi joint. So we're up there eating sushi, and then
we ain't.
Well, yeah, Frank didn't eat sushi. He won't eat it. He says that's cut bait. But but anyway.
Well, they use it for that too.
Yeah. So I went by the GNC before I met Frank, and I told the guys I want to get on a cleansing program. I'm ready to get a new lease on life. So the first thing he asked me, he says, "Are you trying to get anything out of your system before a test or something?" And I'm saying, "Buddy, do I look like I'm on meth to you? I mean, look at me. Yeah, I'm trying to get something out of my system. About 100 pounds of lard. Can you help?" I'm either going to diet it off or I'm going to ball myself. You know you're in trouble. You go to the doctor and you get your physical, and the doctor says, "Take your clothes off." He turns around and he just looks at you and goes, "Well, bless your heart."
You can tell he's from the South.
You can tell it. All the way down.
So to go to the GNC, I'd like to plug GNC right. Well, unplug. I'd like to plug GNC right now. So I go and I get this box of stuff. He gives me this box, and I'm assuming it's going to wash you whiter than snow because it's got a whole stuff in it. So I'm planning on floating here by Friday.
Never go into GNC and just want one product. It just won't happen.
No, I mean it's a kit. So it was one product, but it's a whole box of stuff inside of it. And I was telling him a while ago, I feel like I got a trolling motor spinning around in there right now. It's not like a Mercury outboard, but it's just going.
Yeah, I guess I'm old-fashioned, Cindy. I mean, if you just need a good cleaning out, go get some castor oil. Hold your nose, take a sip.
He'd rather have that liquid plumber in the morning and then
be
scrubbing
general.
bubbles in the evening.
It'll clean you out.
Do what, Cindy?
What you're doing is legit, but you'll have to be careful what you eat and not eat fried foods. No McDonald's while you're on this cleanse.
I don't eat McDonald's much anyway.
Yeah,
I just don't.
I know.
I don't eat that kind of stuff.
I know.
Even kids today don't even want to eat it.
Yeah.
I know, isn't that funny? They don't even want to eat. Kids, we were traveling. We went on that road trip last week, and we hadn't seen anything to eat for like 80 miles. No gas, nothing, and we're getting hungry, and We had went through one trip of Willie Make It with Ricky, you know. Ricky got himself in a tight. And so we were 80 miles before we got to a place to eat. And we pull off, and there's a Wendy's and there's a McDonald's.
Yep.
And we had a no-go on both of them from people in the car or in the van. So we finally
went to Denny's.
We finally went to a Denny's. It took about an hour and a half to get it. And what did they order at Denny's? Hamburgers.
Hamburgers.
Oh no.
Yeah. Order hamburgers.
Yeah.
You'll get a hamburgers and nothing like a Wendy's burger. I like Five Guys when Ricky's buying, but Ricky's too tight to take the preacher. I want you to know right now.
Yeah,
Ricky's too tight to take the preacher to eat.
You got to go to Five Guys, you get a cosigner. You got to see the loan officer before you order at Five Guys, man.
You sure better.
What can you do to a hamburger to make it worth that much?
Ricky took me to Five Guys one time. He said, I ain't making that mistake no more.
What'd you get, like the triple and all that?
I got a double with bacon.
He
and
almost
cheese
ate my wallet, too.
Yeah, up there eating them heart attack pills, both of you.
Hey, I felt sorry for my cardiologist. He hadn't seen me in a while, and I wanted to make sure he made that
he's trying to keep the guy in business.
Yeah,
your cardiologist. Yeah.
That way he can roto-rooter me out. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a couple people in the church. Every time I see them, I think y'all just cheating Holloman Brown out of their money. You need to go ahead and get after it. You know, go ahead and go home, will you? You'll be a lot happier. You get over there and they won't even put you with the Democrats.
Maybe you ought to explain who Holloman Brown is.
Holloman Brown.
This is a radio world.
Holloman Brown Funeral Home.
Oh,
you just walk in and you look at him and you think, walk in there and look at him and think, how'd you get away?
There you go.
Yeah, how'd you get loose? Yeah.
Cindy, I did it for you.
I'm in timeout now because I was talking about some of the poor people at the church.
Well, you know, Sunday mornings I come in and Mark's already up there. The team's up there and they're worshiping in the only ones worshiping in the building. You know how Baptists are. Baptist. Well, you tell them it's a 11 o'clock gathering service. But you have to understand, if you tell them 11 o'clock, then it's 11:15, 11:20 before they actually start showing up.
You got to trick them.
So we do. We tell them 10:50, and Mark gets up there, and the whole group starts, and we start praising God and having a good time. And then I look around, and I'm like, wow, they think they stopped at the funeral home or something. God's dead today or something like that. And I'm just like, hello, wake up. What's wrong?
Yeah,
you have to say.
Hallelujah, thine the glory. Hallelujah, amen. Hallelujah, give us a handout. Or
and then they wonder why nobody wants to sit next to him. And I'm like, I don't want to sit next to you.
It's the truth. And then Bubba comes in. Bubba comes in like a jackrabbit, jumping up and down and hollering and whatnot, and scaring people half to death.
Or you got to scare it out of them one way or another.
Yeah.
Came in one morning, y'all stop, just stop.
we had a bunch of people. We had a bunch of people in the church house. That's it. We want a traditional service. We're tired of all this, and I think they want him to dress up in a suit and whatnot. Maybe get him a toupee and stuff.
Wear that robe.
Yeah, wear his robe and all that stuff, and his
be the right
vestiges and vestibules or whatever it is.
You got one of them big bishop hats?
Well, I ain't got one. Well, the church won't buy one. The people that say they want all this stuff, they won't buy it.
I see Bubba want a big old bishop hat.
Yeah, they can buy me one of them Pope hats. I'd wear it, but they got to buy it. I'm not buying it.
A Pope hat.
I made Ricky one last week.
Well, Cindy, they say the kids today, the millennials, want to do high church. And I said, when you stand as high as I do, you're always having high church.
some of them I think they are high in church, the way they act. Hey, man, that's really cool, man. So, look, we decided we're going to have a traditional service. We're going and Bubba. So Bubba, anything the guy does, it's going to the extreme. It's going to 100%.
Yeah.
Especially if you push him into it. If you push him into it, you're getting. Okay, you're going to get exactly what you asked for. So I'm playing the wooden piano. The only concession he made on traditional service from it being 1960 is we're allowed to use the microphones.
That's it.
That's it. Songbooks. Got the printed menu.
That's what they said.
got a printed menu. I mean, the whole bit. It's just like 1960. Well, the first week we had about 20 people show up.
Yeah.
The next week, about 15. Yesterday, between the pastoral staff, the pastoral staff, the people just have to be here. We outweighed the congregation, so you got to be careful what you ask for, man.
Hey, that's
There
what
was
they
more
wanted.
people in the kitchen than there was in the church.
That's what they wanted, so we gave it to them. Cindy, and then they tell me I have a sweet old lady that comes up to me, and I mean she was just hammering me. Like Mark said, she rode me like a borrowed mule because she wouldn't ride hers that away.
Yeah, she wouldn't ride her own mule that way.
Yeah, and I mean she just rode me, and she says, you need to do this traditional service. These kids are taking over, and it's so ungodly. And now she comes to the 8 o'clock and she sits there and she says, "This is kind of boring." Yeah. And I look at her. Yeah. So now she's at the 11 o'clock and she's doing that Methodist thing. She's doing this. She can't raise that hand all the way yet, but you can see that finger starting to move.
Yeah. And I'm sitting up there. I'm sitting up there playing straight out of the hymnal, playing the windshield wipers piano. You know, you know what I mean?
I mean,
well, okay, that's funny. Bubba, I am in a Methodist church. I don't know if you realize that or not. I'm in a Methodist church, but I am the worship minister in a Methodist church. And Easter, there was one particular song they wanted to do. Well, I did it on Good Friday, and they wanted me to do it, and I didn't know it. But you can go online and there's a place to hear the Methodist song. So I did it the way it was written. Afterwards, several of the ladies came up and said, "That's slow and boring. We need to speed that up." And I said, "Well, that's the Methodist way." And they said, "We don't have to do it that way." So it's a great Methodist church. I have a lot of freedom.
Amen.
I've got a good one.
Yeah, she's at a Methodist church that they actually are.
They're
lively, yeah.
Oh yeah, they're lively. Oh yeah.
You know, if I wasn't a Baptist, I'd be ashamed, and then I'd probably be a Nazarene.
That's right. That's right. Well, you know, Cindy, we tell them here when they come in that this is a Baptist-costal church.
Baptist-costal? Oh,
that's right. You sit on the first 5 rows, you're going to get wet one way or another.
Oh.
Or stepped on or something like that. You know, we had a guy come in. We had a visitor Sunday. And the visitor was from the chapel on base. I went and I spoke at the base, and this guy came in.
Was that the guy that came in and was taking notes the whole time?
Yeah, he was taking.
Looked like he was mad at the world.
Yeah. He came from the chapel. And
he looked like Bubba, like, what is that?
Then
that ain't your preacher, is it?
Yeah, I had blue jeans on and a coat. So
he was taking notes.
He took good notes.
He took notes from the first song. I mean, he took notes from the first song, and I thought, Bubba, you tried to gig him a couple times, try to get him to grin. Did he ever grin? I didn't see him grin.
No, never grin.
He never did grin.
He did come back in the back after shaking hand. He said, "Well," he says, "that's kind of the best sermon I've heard in a while." And then he said, "Well, you know," he says, "I go over to the base, to the chapel." He said, "The reason I go is because if I don't like the pastor, I know they'll change in 3 years." So I told him, I said, "Well, I love you." I said, "Come on back and get you another handful of it." I said, "We'll be here next week doing the same thing."
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I kept eyeballing him. I couldn't get him to break. I was trying to get him to break. I couldn't get him to do it either.
The funny part is he be back Sunday, and he's off.
Yeah, he'll be back Sunday. He'll be back looking for another dose, and Bubba will be out of town.
Here we go.
I'll be out of town. I'll let one of my associates, I don't have a problem going away because I'm fortunate that we have 6 associate pastors, and they all like to preach sooner or later. Yeah. You count JD and all of them up.
He's in a big counting.
Yeah. You get them all together, they all think they're associates. So I'm like, okay.
We don't.
Where do you see Ricky up there?
Y'all will soon.
I'd just soon ride to Pine myself. I don't want to. I'd just soon be the reliever. Bubba be up there preaching, get all out of breath, his heart get out of sync or something. Next thing you know, he's doing this to me. Look, he's tagging me. Now I got to preach right in the middle of his sermon. I mean, he's all up there out of breath and everything. And and now the right-handed hurler from West Virginia comes in. I'm like the relief pitcher. Call me the relief pitcher. He'll give me that nod, and I know I better get in the bullpen. So I start paying attention, so I know. It's like getting that phone call. Hey, get him warmed up.
He's sinking fast. He's sinking fast.
I can see him up there, old heart get out of flutter.
I tell you, the pacemaker getting going off. I just have to take about a 10-minute break, or a 5-minute break, and I just hit mark, tag mark. People just don't know that we,
they don't know.
They don't know what to expect.
Cindy, we call that tag team preaching. And listen, I'm telling you, we never, ever, ever, ever have rehearsed it or planned it.
It's the WWE for Jesus.
There's a couple times when he wasn't. Yeah, it is. It's like if he knows he's not feeling good, I think 2 or 3 times. If he knows he's not feeling good, heart's out of sync or whatever, he'll say, be ready. And I don't think on any of the times you've told me to be ready, you've tagged me. But Ricky, it sounded like applause. He's ever blown his nose, it sounded like a crowd. I thought somebody was applauding. I don't think anytime you've actually tagged me in to preach, I don't think it's ever been planned. I think every time you've sort of planned it, it don't happen.
Right.
And then
that makes it better.
Right. And when you because it's all spontaneous. But
Cindy Johnson, look at her. She says she always thinks she got to do CPR. Just stay in the front row. You never know.
Oh yeah.
These Baptists are coming after me.
I ain't doing CPR. I'm gonna let him go. That's what he's wanting.
Yeah, look here. Here's CPR for Bubba. Stomp your foot.
He told me years ago, put a hole in the ground and get the pig a cooking.
That's right. Well, the only reason the Lord ain't taking me home yet, church can't afford the pig. Can't afford the
it'd be like Bubba. Knowing him, it'd be like Bubba be over dying with a heart attack, and his spirit's trying to leave his body, and Cindy Johnson's trying to push it back there. He's going, stop! Leave me alone! I'm trying to get out of here. I'm packing my bags. What are you doing, woman?
Out of here.
Quit mashing on my chest. What are you doing, woman?
Oh my God. That's
Foolishness.
terrible.
Let's play a song by Jeff Seidel. That'll take us into the top of the hour. Well, I can't get my machine to work. Hold on.
It needs CPR too.
Call Cindy.
Mga kababayan, ganang hapon po.
Yes.
Kayo'y nakikinig sa ating radio
Well, that's
station,
Alma doing her promo.
SGBN Network.
That ain't what I thought it was. Let's play this one. We'll just save a seat.
Yeah.
Amen.
Oh, get it. Tucked between the pages of an old tattered Bible was a letter dated 1944. According to the heading, it was written by a father to his son while he was serving in the war. The condition of the paper made it difficult to read, but I could tell his hand was trembling as he wrote. It said, if you get to heaven before I do, rest assured, son, I'm coming to you. Watch for me, and if you're able, save me a seat at the supper table. And at the bottom of that letter, in a different 1963. It started off by saying, Dad, I've held on to this letter that you wrote because it meant so much to me. And I'm not sure that you can hear me, so I'm going to write it down, and I'll just leave it with you right here by your bed. And this is what it said. It said, if you get to heaven before I do, rest assured that I'm coming too. Just watch for me, and if you're able, save me a seat at the supper table. We'll gather around the table just like we did back then and complete the family circle once again. If you get to heaven before I do, rest assured, friend, I'm coming too. Just watch for me, and if you're able, save me a seat at the supper table. Watch for me, and if you're able, save me a seat at the supper table.
Batman. Pickle in the middle and lettuce on top. Batman.
I remember when I first heard that, boy, I flipped out.
Well, you heard me say, pickle in the middle and lettuce on top.
Man, I was like, what?
That's a Pimelot ending. Pickle in the middle and lettuce on top.
Y'all was doing that in Nashville, too.
That's it, yeah.
You gonna do it? Jesus was on Facebook sometime? You have time?
I got to get a different button. Here's a song I wrote because I didn't have nothing else to do.
We've learned to use technology to keep this modern pace. Our cell phones and computers have us lost in cyberspace. Text messaging and emails, how we all communicate. There's even folks that cruise the internet to get a date. We get our information at the moment something breaks. By 6 o'clock, the evening news is old, for heaven's sakes. You can find most everything by clicking on your mouse. You can shop at Walmart and never leave your house. My cell phone started ringing, so I checked caller ID. The message on my screen appeared a little weird to me.
Everything all right?
Didn't recognize who called, I even checked it twice. The numbers all were sevens, and the name said Jesus Christ. So I figured if it was the Lord, he sure
Yeah, I know what you meant when you said it in the title.
If I didn't take his call since I was on my other line, I just kept on talking, thinking I'd return the call. Just let him leave a message, I got voicemail after all. Oh, if Jesus rang your cell phone, would you accept the call?
We know.
Would you let him go to voicemail? Would you call him back at all? Would you put him in your contacts and give him a ringtone? If Jesus rang your number, would you answer your phone? So I logged on my computer and to my Facebook account. Saw I had a message, so I went to check it out. When I opened up my mail, whoever would have guessed, I had a note from Jesus, and he'd sent a friend request. It said, I've tried your cell phone, but you never take my call. I've left you several messages, are you getting them at all? I'm sure you're awful busy, and I hate to be a pest. So I figured I'd just email you a Facebook friend request. I looked at his list of friends, and much to my surprise, several of his Facebook friends were names I recognized. There was Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Peter, James, and Paul. And like the book of Daniel, he had written on my wall, oh, if Jesus sent a message to your Facebook account, would you confirm his talk to Jesus in your daily walk and how it used to feel when you'd been spending time in prayer. Just keep this one thing in mind. If you seek him, you will find he never loses service. He's got signal everywhere. If Jesus used technology the way we mortals do, is that the only way he'd have to get in touch with you? Would Twitter be the only way that you would follow him? If Jesus was on Facebook, would you add him as your friend? If Jesus was on Facebook, would you add him as your friend?
Hello?
You can come on with that rooster now. We got 1 minute.
By special request. Well, we've had a good time.
We sure have.
My stomach muscles are tired from laughing, and my jaws are hurting. Frank's
Great.
about fell out. Frank's ready to go back home, go get a nap.
No.
Ricky's got his work cut out for him today.
Ricky, yeah. Y'all pray for Ricky. Poor Ricky. He's got VBS in the building. We have about 75 little kids that are going to make sure Ricky does his job this week.
Yeah, we announced
The
it.
preacher won't have to pick on Ricky. Ricky, we're going to have to give him oxygen and pray for him.
Yeah, we were talking about it. We'll get Jason and Ethan on here this week to talk about it. So,
Yeah.
Let's see.
Talking about oxygen, I need some.
Well, it's about time for the old rooster.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, here we go.
I'll do it. We got to get out of here, y'all.
All right, what's on your agenda, Cindy? Skindy. What's on your agenda, Skindy?
Running errands and laundry
Running errands.
and work on my Sunday music today.
All right. We know what Ricky's got going on today.
You too.
I'm afraid I'm going to be out of commission.
We know what you're going to be doing, Mark. I think we all know that.
Yeah.
It has begun.
I'm going to be contemplating.
I'm calling public utilities right now.
Yeah, I'm going to be meditating a lot today.
Yeah, Angelo, if you're listening, we need the same people out here that were out here yesterday. We're going to need them again today.
And call down to the city and tell them to put some more enzymes in that big bucket because they're going to need it.
Hey, we love you guys. We're out of here.
Cindy, we love you.
Bye, Cindy.